What's up guys, my name is Ethan and in today's video we're going to be talking about a card that I think is really underrated, and that is the Wyndham Rewards Earner Business Card. Now this card has some of the most unique benefits for travel I've ever seen on a card. And its potential for free travel and unique experiences is huge. However, there are things that you probably won't like about the card that mean it might not be worth it for you, and I'll definitely be talking about those as well. If you're new here, welcome. Please consider subscribing, but let's get started. So right off the bat, the card comes with a $95 annual fee, but this is offset pretty well by the welcome bonus up to 75,000 points. The welcome bonus is split into two different spend requirements. First, you'll earn 50,000 Wyndham Rewards points after spending $3,000 on the card in the first 90 days. You can also earn 25,000 Wyndham points after spending $10,000 on the card in the first 12 months. Wyndham Rewards are generally valued at about 1.1 cents per point, so if you were able to get the full bonus, I would value that at about $825. And if you were only able to get the 50,000 points, that would be worth around $550. So there's definitely some value to be had on the welcome bonus, but the spend requirement is pretty high for that last 25,000 points. But they do also give you 12 months to work on that bonus, so I'd say if you don't have any other bonuses you're trying to work on at the time, this is a pretty decent bonus. The card earns 8 points per dollar spent on Wyndham and gas, 5 points per dollar spent on marketing, advertising, and utilities, and 1 point per dollar on everything else. So when it comes to earning points on gas, this card is extremely strong, beating pretty much any other card by a mile. The card also comes with an annual bonus of 15,000 Wyndham points each anniversary year, meaning after the first year of holding this card, you'll automatically get 15,000 points every single year. And again, that 15,000 points is probably worth about 1.1 cents per point, meaning that's about $165 in value. Even if you valued Wyndham Rewards a little bit more conservatively, which I know some people do, that 15,000 points pretty easily pays for the annual fee. Looking at some of the other perks on the card, you're going to get a 10% discount on award bookings. So for example, if you had a award booking that cost 50,000 points, you would only need to pay 45,000 points when you hold this card. Another perk you're going to get with the Wyndham Earner Business Card is that you'll get automatic Wyndham Diamond Status. Looking at Wyndham Diamond, you're going to get some perks like late checkout, room upgrades, Avis and budget car rental upgrades, a free welcome amenity at check-in, Give Gold, where you can gift Wyndham Gold status to a friend or family member once per year, and possibly best of all is a Caesars Rewards status match. That means that just by holding this card, you can match your Wyndham Diamond status over to Caesars Diamond. Being able to match to Caesars Diamond status opens up some really unique perks that I don't think you're going to be able to get on pretty much any other credit card. Caesars Diamond itself is pretty valuable. You're going to get waived resort fees, free parking, discounted show tickets and room rates, and a free $100 dinner at Caesars restaurants. And these perks will give you a ton of value if you ever travel to locations with Caesars properties, such as Las Vegas. In my most recent videos, I've talked a lot about some of the benefits of Caesars Diamond Status, and I definitely recommend you check those out. But there's a potential for way more value than just the Caesars Status Match. Through the Caesars Status Match, you're also able to get some free cruise offers from cruise lines like Carnival Cruises and Holland America. There's definitely a potential for even more free cruise offers, so check out my latest video if you want to learn more about that. And another benefit to Caesars Diamond Status is that you can match to Hard Rock Icon status. That comes with some really similar perks like free parking, and when I did this status match recently, I got a $100 credit, which I was able to use at the Mirage Hotel in Las Vegas. So on top of its own benefits, the Wyndham Earner Business Card gets you Wyndham Diamond Status, which can also get you Caesars Diamond Status, which could get you free cruises and status with Hard Rock hotels. And there's a lot more potential to match to even more casino hotels or cruise lines, but just know that this is probably the biggest benefit to the Wyndham Earner Business Card, and this is a major reason why I think it's highly underrated. So with those perks alone, I really like this card, but it gets even better. There's a special way to redeem your Wyndham Rewards points through a partnership Wyndham has with Vacasa. Vacasa is a vacation rental company very similar to Airbnb. And through this partnership, you can get some pretty awesome redemptions. Wyndham redemptions through Vacasa are really straightforward, and the rate is always going to be 15,000 points per bedroom. And if you have a vacation rental property that has 2 bedrooms, then it'll cost 30,000 points, and so on. One of the regions where this redemption is really powerful is in Hawaii. If you look at Vacasa properties in Hawaii, it's not too hard to find a property that's over $300 per night for a 1-bedroom property. And that's a solid redemption of 2 cents per point. Don't get me wrong, not every Vacasa property in Hawaii is going to be this good, but it's really not too hard to find a decent redemption value through Vacasa, especially in Hawaii. And I know there are a lot of great Vacasa redemptions all around the country, but just be aware there are some major challenges when it comes to booking Vacasa properties using your Wyndham Rewards. First up is that these Vacasa properties will have blackout dates that you're not going to be able to view online. And in order to even book a Vacasa property using your Wyndham Rewards, you're going to have to call in and manually get it booked. Supposedly there is a dedicated phone line with Wyndham in order to do this, but I have heard of people talking to customer service agents with Wyndham who thought this redemption wasn't even possible. So be aware that there are some downsides or at least major challenges to booking through Vacasa with your Wyndham points. All right, now let's talk about some of the other major downsides to the Wyndham Earner Business Card. First up, and this is probably the most important thing for you to be aware of, and that is that Barclays is the bank which issues the Wyndham Earner Business Card, is notorious for being very, very difficult to get approved with. I've heard of plenty of people getting approved instantly for Barclays cards, but they seem to have some rules that they're not very clear about and also processes that are highly annoying and probably just plain outdated. For instance, many people report getting denied for a credit card with Barclays because Barclays said they opened too many cards in the last 24 months. So apparently they have their own rule very similar to Chase's 524 rule, which says you can't get approved for a card with them if you've opened more than 5 cards from any issuer in the last 24 months. And so if you've opened more than a couple of cards in the last 24 months, you might have trouble getting approved for this card. There have also been a lot of reports of people applying for this card and getting put in review. Most people said that Barclays was slow and difficult to communicate with through the entire review process, and they often requested documents that seemed a little bit unnecessary and even requiring that people fax the documents back to Barclays. I don't know about you, but I don't think I know a single person that has a fax machine in their home, and it kind of just seems like Barclays is bullying people that are applying that they don't want to approve for the cards. But in all actuality, it's probably just that their systems are really outdated. But either way, this makes a huge annoyance for people trying to apply for and get approved for Barclays cards. And that's probably going to be the #1 biggest downside to getting the Wyndham Earner Business Card. One last downside worth mentioning, and this applies more to the Wyndham Rewards program in general, and that is that having Diamond Status does not get you waived resort fees. For anyone who's traveled a lot, you know that a lot of hotels have resort fees and they're very annoying and can really add up to the cost of your trip. And if you're trying to redeem your points for free hotel stays, then it just doesn't seem fair paying for resort fees. So to me, that's a major downside of the Wyndham Rewards system in general and the Wyndham Diamond Status that comes with this card. So overall, who would this card be ideal for? I think this card is good for anybody who wants to get some extra travel or perks and benefits through a credit card. To me, the welcome bonus and 15,000 anniversary points make this card pretty easy to justify with the $95 annual fee. And the points earning is really solid. But on top of that, you get Wyndham Diamond, Caesars Diamond, and a ton of others if you do some status matches. And so I think this card is just completely underrated. There are definitely some downsides that I mentioned, like the Vacasa redemption process and just dealing with Barclays in general. But if you can get past those things, then I think this card will definitely reward you for holding it, and it's definitely a card I would highly recommend. By the way, if you'd like to learn more about how I used my Caesars Diamond Status in order to get some free cruise offers, you can check out my latest video. That video also covers a bit more about hotel status matches, and I think you'll get a ton of value from it. If you did find this video helpful, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.